rolling. That is what Will Levis told us coming into that game. The big guy is, of course, Derrick Henry, who surprisingly has not cracked 40 yards on the ground in back-to-back games. He has been the workhorse for this Titans offense for quite some time, and they do want that to continue. But Henry told me, look, when you are the player with the team for a long time, you know you have to make the plays by any way possible. When it doesn't happen, yeah, you get frustrated. But today, I got to be physical. We have to be better. I got to make the right reads and make sure I'm efficient in my runs. Adam?
Derrick Henry's offense will be out there to start the day as Carolina won the toss and deferred. Mike Vrabel has a Super Bowl win in his career as a player against the Carolina Panthers, but they've lost 3 consecutive games. Same deal for Frank Reich in a 1-9 opening campaign. He'll face the Tennessee Titans again. Of course, as the head coach of the Colts, faced them twice a year. He's lost 5 straight meetings against Tennessee going back to his days as the head man for the Colts. Eddie Pinheiro will kick it away. Tajay Spears, the rookie out of Tulane, is back to receive. Had a couple of good returns on the road at Jacksonville last week. It's the 7th meeting all time. You don't see these two teams square off often. We'll get a chance to do it today together. If you're watching this game, you sure do love football. We're happy to be here too because we love it. Get to call it. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Away we go from Nashville. Spears will give it a shot. And a negative return as he does not make the 25-yard line. Heck of a hit. Tay Davis is there with the stop. And that will bring out big Derrick Henry for this Tennessee Titan offense, led by Will Levis. Jalen Duncan makes his first career start at left tackle. Andre Dillard has really struggled. Give me a little bit more on Derrick Henry.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is such a big, physical running back, and you've got to get him as many touches. He's split out wide right now, but as many touches as possible today, especially in the run game. 22 carries is the key for me.
Levis over the middle. There's DeAndre Hopkins. He continues the streak. Every game in his career, 156 games, he has made a catch. And he is closing in on 12,000 yards. So Will Levis, you see the numbers. NFL average for passer rating is around 89. Perfect rating is 158.3. They didn't generate a ton last week, but he was efficient.
He really was. And when you watch him, footwork-wise, he's got great foot energy. And just his different platforms, his throwing platforms, arm platforms, he can throw it from any angle, and he can throw it accurately.
Henry's wide again to the left this time. Brian Burns drops back in coverage, so 8 back for Carolina. Levis kept his feet. Levis threw the ball low, and Nick Westbrook-Akine could not hold on. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Carolina defensively, a lot of injuries on the back end. We know what they have up front, though. Brown is great. Brian Burns needs a little bit more production, and then Frankie Louvu is going to have a big role today.
Yeah, there's no question about it. This guy is sideline to sideline, really plays well, and you can expect him to get some rushes, especially off the edge on 3rd down. So watch that changeup today.
Henry's in the backfield for the first time. There's touch number 1. First carry for Henry, and a nice job by Carolina's front. That's Deion Jones along with Troy Hill from the slot coming up. Nice play defensively.
And that's one thing, I mean, populate the ball. That's what the defensive coordinator, Ivero, talked about yesterday. We have got to populate the ball when we have 22 Derrick Henry carrying it. As many people to the ball carrier as as possible, because he is such just a beast running the football.
Adrian Ivero in his first year as the defensive coordinator for Carolina. Frankie Louvu lined up off the edge here. And here he comes with some pressure. An extra man for Carolina. And Levis in traffic has that ball deflected. It's incomplete. Big Derrick Brown. He is a beast at 330 pounds.
Well, he is a big man right here, and I've even
made him even bigger.
So, I mean, he's just so powerful, and I'm telling you, at 330-plus pounds, he has a motor, and you don't usually see that with big guys. He plays about 50 plays a game. He just goes to town, and I'm telling you what, when you watch him last week hip toss a guy like Zach Martin, you know this dude is powerful.
One of the great offensive linemen that we've seen in the last in this century in Zach Martin. And Brown.
One of the best I've watched play for the Dallas Cowboys. He is a phenomenal player, and Derek Brown is just a big physical beast.
Speaking of which, Ryan Stonehouse is a beast as a punter. He's going to boot it away. Is Amir Smith-Marset bailing out. He's got a punt return touchdown this season a couple of weeks ago on that Thursday night game against Chicago. Breeze helped that one to a touchback. Bryce Young and company will start from the 20.
Smart Fox is sponsored by Geico. It's easy to Geico.
Not too late to play today's Fox Super 6 free-to-play game. Download the Fox Sports app right now. You can enter for free for a chance to win your share of $10,000 in weekly cash prizes. Bryce Young and company are at the 20-yard line. Carolina trying to get going offensively. 29th in scoring. Brett Toth will make his second career start first in about 2.5 years. He's at right guard today, so that's the big change up front. You want to see a little bit more from DJ Chark.
Yeah, we all know about Adam Thielen, but DJ Chark is a guy that can lift the top of coverage. I want to see him get involved on the deep ball, give his quarterback an opportunity to see if they can strike from deep range.
Chuba Hubbard is the back. He's been the main back for the last few weeks. Miles Sanders had more carries last week. Bryce Young on the move. That's a nice way to start as he finds a fellow rookie in Jonathan Mingo. Really nice play design on that rollout as he picks up 22. Good stuff from Bryce Young. 10th career start, only 9 touchdown passes. He's thrown 3 pick sixes in the last handful of games. Got sacked 7 times. There's a lot of different elements that have kind of contributed to the slow start.
Yeah, so what do? We get him outside the pocket, get him moving, a linear progression, 1, 2, 3 right in a row, something easy to start his day, and a nice play, a nice intermediate game.
Now Chuba Hubbard out the toss. I don't know, you can find a hole in all that traffic, and he's able to. Picks up 8 solid yards on first down before Harold Landry makes the stop. Hey, Jeffrey Simmons, he's caught a touchdown pass now. He got a short touchdown pass last week, and obviously we know what he can do defensively.
Hey, yeah, defensively, this guy is an absolute, I mean, just a motor, absolute beast. And he's just one of those guys that, to me, is one of the premier defensive tackles, defensive ends in the National Football League. A lot of fun to study on film.
Did see Sean Murphy bunting. He is back after missing the last 2 games. He's playing corner after a thumb injury. Now it's Miles Sanders getting a go. Pushes ahead. Not enough brotherly shoving for the former Eagle. He's about a
doing right now offensively. They understand one thing. You're not going to make a living running between the tackles against the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
In the last 2 weeks, by my count, they've had 35 run stuffs, meaning runs that went for 2 yards or less. So we're going to get to the edges, try to use multiple tight ends, see if we can attack the edge of this defense. That's how we're going to try to get our rushing yards.
Oh, wow, a little toss backwards for Sanders. No shot. Kyle Pecco and Danico Autry and the rest of that front just raced in to blow it up for a loss of 8.
Well, you're going to get a little pin and pull here, and you've got to come down here and block here as you pull this around. They just leave Danico unaccounted for. Autry just, or Danico Autry unaccounted for there. Somebody's got to come down there, block that edge, and take care of Autry. That is just like stealing. It's too easy for Autry to make a big play in the backfield.
But they're a team leader this season in sacks for a group that hasn't had a ton. Middle of the pack in sacks this year. He's had 6 of them to lead the crew. Final year of his 3-year deal. Johnny Hecker, the veteran punter, drills one. 50-yarder. And Eric Guerra, the rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette, with a really nice return. Just shy of the 30-yard line. Flag is down. It may negate a career-long 22-yard punt return, and it looks like team. It would have been at the 29-yard line had it not been for that holding penalty against Tennessee. So Will Levis, who won his first start with that 4-touchdown explosion against Atlanta, lost his last 3. He's got to start this drive from the 9. I was looking for that first down. We'll give it to Derrick Henry. It's just so funny. He's so big, and all of a sudden he appears in this sea of humanity, just being larger than most of the guys, including the defensive line.
Well, that's what you do right there. I mean, that's a run that's blocked for 1 yard that he ends up getting, what, 4 yards, 5 yards on? And now you're in a situation where your whole playbook, you're basically in base right now. So you have this defense guessing. We can run it again, we can throw, we can run our play action. Whatever we want, it's all at our disposal. This is a great way to keep a defense off balance.
A run blitz from Carolina, now pass blitz, and a nice job by Levis. You saw that pressure coming. Finds Westbrook-Akine for 7 and a first down.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. When it's arm angles and footwork and just calm in the pocket. He feels this pressure coming. Look at that delivery. Just quick, on time, and deadly accurate out to the edge for the first down. So this is a kid that really on tape is very impressive. Just the way he operates and just the way his body mechanics work throwing the football.
The 21, right back to Henry. Not much there initially. A nice job. He ran into Derek Brown and then kept on pushing. Little Iron Bowl action right there with Alabama and Auburn. Henry's team got the best of it. Will Levis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, of course, started his career at Penn State for 3 seasons. Last couple of years at Kentucky. First pick out of the 2nd round. His QB rating is 89. That's right about NFL average through his first 4 starts, so not bad by any means.
No, and he has got one of those, his ability to throw the deep ball. He's had some great deep ball touchdowns, great deep ball throws, and off this running game, you get some play action. You can create a couple of deep shots, especially if Henry continues to do what he's doing right now.
That'll soften things up for DeAndre Hopkins. So there's the play action to Henry. Levis climbing the pocket, and it looked like Brian Burns kind of held the arm before Levis could even cock it back. That ends up being the 6th Brian Burns sack of the season.
Well, I think one of the things you have to understand is Radins right here, he has moved over to the right tackle spot. So as you watch here, great secondary move. You engage, good 2-hand pump, and then get to the rip underneath to capture that edge. And you see Levis just climbing, trying to get away, but just can't do it. Burns just unrelenting when it comes to the pass rush.
He's a free agent after this season. He's been the MVP of this team at times the last few years. A nice cadence by Levis. They'll blow the play dead. Should set up 3rd down and 2. Marquise Haynes has only played 1 game this season. A couple of weeks ago against Chicago, dealing with a back injury. It looked like he had jumped into the neutral zone.
Well, Levis talked extensively about being able to.
Ball start. Offense number 75. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down.
Dylan Radins, the aforementioned tackle.
Right. He talked about using cadence.
Saw a little flinch right off the right side there.
Yeah, using cadence is to affect the defense. You're not supposed to affect yourself right there. But that's part of, I'm telling you, it is so hard to flip-flop sides. And as we talked about, Radins over on the left side last week, now back over to the right side. There's an adjustment period. You see it right here early.
Duncan on the left side for Andre Dillard today. And Radins back at right tackle. That's where he was a couple weeks ago against Tampa. That's a nice, easy throw by Levis. Just a snap off to DeAndre Hopkins. He ends up just a yard short of the line to gain in front of David Long. Let's see if they take a risk here on 4th and short.
Yeah, you're just running double slants right here, and you're trying to take away the inside coverage to open it up for your big-time target in Hopkins, and really nice execution by the quarterback.
Jeffrey Simmons, who has played fullback on a handful of snaps this year, and all 4 have been productive, including the short touchdown last week. He's in off the edge here. Henry's the back. Let's see if it's cadence or a run. It is a run. It is Henry. It is a first down. How about that? Pretty deep in your own territory and going for it on fourth short. Why not, right? When you have to lose at this point.
And I love this key breaker. Let's motion the big guy away and then head this way with our running back. See, you motion him away, you're thinking, oh, we're going to go that way, and now all of a sudden just the pitch out over there and let the big guy get on the edge and eat. And so far, they're to form with the runs to Derrick Henry.
4 carries already for Henry. Just a little nice, easy snap to Chris Moore there. My first time watching Levis in person, and again, most of the country hasn't seen him. He's only started now 5 games. And so far, I see what you're talking about on film with the footwork, nice, easy arm release, the arm slots, pretty good stuff so far.
Yeah, when you think about footwork in the NFL for the quarterback, your feet are the rhythm and the timing of the offense. So if your feet are on time, the odds are you're going to be accurate. And then being able to throw from different arm slots, it's like a baseball, like a shortstop, you know, all these different arm slots to make sure you can throw it around people, through people, and still be accurate. That comes from the feet.
Back to Henry on 2nd and 2. Not a whole lot there. Give credit to this Carolina defense. This front was ready for it. That's Kamu Grugier-Hill, 8-year veteran out of Eastern Illinois, making the stop.
Yeah, and I tell you what, right now, just creating an edge, right? You see the edge that created right there in Grugier-Hill, right there to clean up, but you keep the edge, you force it back into where your help is, and rely on your linebackers to come in there and clean things up.
It's been the 9th play of the drive. It's another 3rd down and short. Tajay Spears, the rookie, is the back. Levis, well protected. Easy throw. Chris Moore into Panther territory. It's a 12-yard gain in front of Dante Jackson.
Well, anytime you're getting a bunch of single high safety stuff, you know you've got outside one-on-ones right here, right? You've got access to the outside. Cornerback off. That's Jackson. Quick out route by the receiver Moore, and that's just an easy pitch and catch. But when you get that single high safety, you know you're going to have access to the outside of the football field. Will Levis really reading the defense.
That cadence again for Levis. Just a 3-man rush, 8 back in coverage, and Levis into a tight window. He's able to find Josh Wiley, the rookie out of Cincinnati, for catch number 8 in his NFL career.
I love it when quarterbacks make it easy on themselves. That time, you had 2 high safeties deep, so you know, man, I'm going to concentrate on throwing in the middle of the field. There's that arm angle we talked about, right? That little side arm, getting it through a hole, through a window, and then you got a little high-low combination in the middle of the football field for another first down. Levis really orchestrating right now.
Perfect on the drive for 48 yards so far. For 37, Levis. Westbrook-Akine went down to snare it off the deck. Levis 6 for 6 on the series. He picks up 7 there on a nice hands catch by Nick Westbrook-Akine. Remember, Traylon Burks is out today. Westbrook-Akine, another big role.
I love watching the quarterbacks are just amazing. The way they spin the ball, just incredible.
The way this guy runs, pretty good too. That's first down for Henry, down to the 26.
Well, I tell you, when you loosen defenses up and you get them in, it's like tenderizing meat. You know, you just keep going in there, you keep pounding it in there. Eventually, you get those safeties creeping up, you get those linebackers creeping up, then you throw one over the top with a little play action, and that's how you become effective in the red zone. That's how you score when you're in the high red zone or you approach the red zone.
Tennessee's been a bad red zone team. This is what's considered high red zone, just beyond the 25 or so. Fake it to Henry. Pressure coming. Levis floats it up there. It is caught by Chigo Okonkwo. He's out of bounds. Brian Burns was coming in hot on Levis, and he just floats it up there for the tight end.
Yeah, just coming off the edge right now, and watch this. Just feel it right now. You know where your receiver is. That's not even understanding or seeing him. That's understanding where he's at and just being able to throw that off the pressure. Duncan, who moved over there to the left tackle spot, gets beat quickly, but Levis still able to take advantage.
25-yarder for Okonkwo is his longest of the season. Jeffrey Simmons is the fullback for Derrick Henry. And they blow the play dead. Might be a Carolina timeout.
Before the ball was snapped. First charge timeout. Tennessee.
It's Tennessee calling timeout before this 1st and goal. So we'll step aside and we're back right after this.
This weekend, save big at PetSmart. Get 50% off on holiday toys, treats, apparel, gear, and more. PetSmart, anything for pets.
KFC 2 for $5 wraps are back.
Now with a new mac and cheese wrap.
KFC wraps are back with a new mac and cheese wrap. Choose 2 for just $5.
Jeffrey Simmons caught that pass last week and had a good time with the dance. He did a little gritty, as his friends told him to. So, again, counting the play he was on earlier for 3 touchdowns, 2 fourth-down conversions, and one of those touchdowns was his last week. Pretty good stuff as a fullback.
Yeah, 1 for 1 as far as catching his
great. It's a great percentage.
1 catch, 1 touchdown. You might as well retire. Just say, hey, I don't want to do it anymore.
Done. Hey, I'm done.
I'm 100%.
100% catch rate. Well, they ran it with Henry before the timeout. Let's see here. Right back to him, and he's unable to get anything going. Frankie Louvu diving in off the edge. One of the first guys into the backfield for Carolina.
Well, Skoranek is going to get picked right here. Watch as the right or left guard pulls across there, gets his feet tripped up. Once he gets his feet tripped up, there's nothing but bodies with white jerseys ready to attack Derrick Henry, and that's one of those things. Got to pick your feet up, got to open up as a guard. Make sure you clear that traffic.
15th play for a drive that started back at the 9. And it's a give to Derrick Henry. Banging his way, burrowing forward. It's a touchdown for the Titans. He's over 9,000 career rushing yards, and he's got his 5th touchdown of the year.
That's called bring your own blocker, Adam. There's nothing there. You're running into white jerseys. Just keep your head down, keep those legs churning, and find that end zone. Look at him drop down, use that power, and just keep his feet moving. Man, I'll tell you what, he's a frightening individual when he's got that ball in his hands.
Carried the ball 8 times. Will Levis 7 for 7 on a season-long 91-yard touchdown drive for Tennessee. Really solid drive, led by Will Levis, capped off by Derrick Henry.
Tell you what, pretty amazing, right? I mean, talk about being calm in the pocket, overcame a sack during that, and I tell you what, 4th and 1 as well, gutsy 4th and 1 on their own 30 they went for, so and that's a big-time drive for the Tennessee Titans, and that's exactly what this offense, Adam, needs to look like.
Yeah. Deshaun Jameson is back to return the kick, and he will give it an opportunity here. Rookie out of Texas, and he'll make it to just around the 20. Here comes Bryce Young. So his parents, Craig and Julie, were in attendance today. They've been going to pretty much all his games. California kid who played his college ball at Alabama. Got a chance to visit with him yesterday. Very easy to see the quiet confidence that he has. It's hard not to buy into people like this. You can understand why kids get drafted. I say kids or young people. You can understand why people get drafted at number 1 when you meet with them. You kind of get the sense that he's got this really wise way about him. He's a little older than his age would indicate almost. It's a screen pass for Amir Smith-Marset. They get a nice double-digit gain out of it to start this drive.
Yeah, you know, just piggybacking on what you're talking about, Adam, he is a guy that just really has, you talked about the quiet confidence and total understanding of what he is and kind of what he's not. And I think that's one of the important parts of really excelling in the National Football League. Hey, I understand my strengths, but I really better know my weaknesses. And I think he has a good sense of that.
Nice easy first quarter. Titans got the lone score. A 7-0 lead for the home team as we hit the second.